And this is the Poor Valley Boys show. I am Fabian Vicks. This is Michael Atwater, coming to you live from wherever we live at. Let me say this first. I want to give our thoughts and prayers to Warner Robins High School for those that's in the Middle Georgia area. Want to give us thoughts and prayers to those students and families, faculty and staff that went through an active shooter today. Um, just thoughts, prayers with you guys. And Warner Robins High School will be closed until Monday, which is the right decision to do. Um, you cannot, you can't bring those kids back this week. You just can't. Um, you just can't. Um, so we do want to give thoughts and prayers. One person was shot, one student was shot, another student was injured. The person that was shooting was apprehended. We do not know the demographics or the ethnicity or nothing like that. I don't know. And to be honest with you, long as to keep those people that were hurt are alive, that's all I care about. Um, Mike, any thoughts on that?
Hey man, it's one of them kind of things. Being in the education field, this is one of them kind of things that you never hope happens to you. It's one of them kind of things you would say, this this won't happen in my school, and it happened. So, and Warner Robins, especially for Fade, is super close to home. But Warner Robins is close to me too because I went to Fort Valley or whatever. But uh, like Fade mentioned, man, praying for everybody, praying for healing for the people that were hit, and hope they can get that situation taken care of. I hate to say it, somebody possibly is job may be in trouble with this situation. Um, but man, this is one of those things that in the education field we just never hope to happen, and always think it'll never happen to you. I just told the staff today, being in a kind of administrative role now, told staff today, man, stop leaving doors open when you go outside the recess, please, cause only takes one person to get in that school, man, and so just and I'm gonna start writing them up too, Fate. Like cause this ain't something to play with, bro. It's like this is not something to play with about these active shootings, school shooting. While I'm in the lunchroom doing duties, they leaving the lunchroom door open to go to recess and forgetting to close it. This ain't something to play with, bro.
Yeah, I can say this with confidence because that process of my career when I was at a previous district is over. I interviewed at Houston County High School, and with the advent of active shooters, they buzz you in, and they're supposed to buzz you in if they have that system, right? Houston County High, I just walked straight in the front door,
Yeah,
walked to the front office, and I was
right,
shocked.
bro.
I was shocked by that.
Right. That's something we can't play with now, man.
No,
I'm trying to get home to do this podcast, to see my family, all this. Like this ain't nothing to play with.
mm-mm,
You can't. You can no longer say this won't happen to me or this ain't gonna happen in my school. Can't say that no more.
no. You you are sorely mistaken. You're sorely mistaken. Especially that should have happened. Was it 2 years ago in North Georgia?
At Appalachia High School.
Hmm. My previous school co-worker, her one of the students that were killed was a cousin. So
One of the teachers that were killed was from Rome.
mm,
I just never can say, bro.
well, it's a hard pivot to go from active shooter to racism, but we're gonna try to do it anyway. Uh, I'm gonna be brief with this opening shot. The WNBA has an image problem.
Cool. Let me hear this. What you mean by that?
What I mean by that is this is the 30th year of the WNBA.
Yep.
It was built off the backs of Lisa Leslie,
Cheryl
Cheryl
Swoop.
Swoops, Cynthia Cooper. Some would say Diana Taurasi, but more so the old guard, Tina Thompson, Lisa Leslie, that old guard. Now you have a more diverse amount of stars and flag bearers, if you will. Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, Brianna Stewart, Asia Wilson, can't forget about her, and Fisher Collier, um, Tina Charles, one point Candace Parker. Uh, it just seems like we hear folks ride a tide that ride the high tide that floats all boats, something along those lines. A high tide raises all boats. I think somebody let me know if I'm wrong. And what I'm going with is Caitlin Clark. How many national championship has she won, Michael?
She hadn't won none, but how are you putting this on?
I'm not putting this on her. I said the image problem, not with her. That's a WNBA has an image problem. I ain't say a Caitlin Clark problem. She has her own thing she need to worry about. You know, she's the Draymond Green of the sport now. What I mean by that, she got 8 technical fouls. She should have been suspended one game. Now going forward, every other tech will be a
They
suspension.
rescinded one though because she bumped into the official the other night.
See, if
But it
Draymond
wasn't. You gotta watch the video though. It wasn't on purpose. It was accident.
if Draymond would have bought the one accident, you think they would have rescinded that him?
If possibly, yeah.
My point being, Kathy Engelberger, it's time to go. Your referees are trash. You got David Stern telling you to suspend the player from Phoenix that that basically put an elbow in Caitlin's throat, and really she was pushed into it and happened. Either way, she should have got. You don't put an elbow in somebody's throat regardless. But we can't put all our horses on somebody that hasn't did anything in the WNBA. She wasn't even available to them to their conference finals last year.
Who won the available? What you mean?
She didn't play 3 quarters of the season last year. Caitlin Clark, when the Fever played the Aces, she didn't was not available. She was out. She was out since July. She didn't play at all most of the season last year. They made
Yeah.
the run. They made the run without her.
Well, I'm saying, like, how is it? What's the image problem in the
The,
WNBA?
the image problem is the optics. It looks like they're favoring Caitlin Clark and let her get away with everything. If you watch all the videos, you watch any play, she doing everything, and all the calls going her way. That's an image problem. They're catering to her, which is a high tide raises all boats, which is why she's getting a lot of pushback from the veteran players. She's a good shooter. She has good she could assist, but what has she won?
Hey, listen, man. Caitlin Clark is the last problem the WNBA got. We need to be thanking Caitlin Clark for initially helping putting the WNBA on the plateau. No, she ain't won no national title or she ain't done this and that. But my dad this summer went to a WNBA game in Atlanta when Indiana came. And the game was originally, I guess they play in another arena, College Park or something. It ain't the State Farm.
No, not.
He said, man, State Farm, the arena was sold out like it was an NBA game. That's the Caitlin Clark effect. Caitlin Clark ain't in the league for, yeah, she can hoop. But Caitlin Clark is marketing. Angel Reese, this is marketing. Ajay Wilson, this is marketing. Like the WNBA ain't got no image problem. And as far as discrimination or racism, anything like that, Caitlin Clark is basically the LeBron James of the WNBA. So she gonna get a lot of contact, a lot of this and a lot of that. The race problem is because she's just not liked. Now if that's an image problem or people just don't like Caitlin Clark. Like
Nope.
my little brother right here, co-host Fade Vic. Fade audience ain't never really cared for Caitlin Clark. I mean, let's just keep it a buck. He ain't never really cared for Caitlin Clark.
No,
I don't know if it's a white or black thing, but Fabe has never been on the Caitlin Clark bandwagon, and there's a lot of people not like that feel the same way, and that's okay. But she is the Caitlin Clark is has taken the WNBA. What Caitlin Clark, and I got to put Angel Reese in there too. What they have done for the WNBA to me resembles
Magic and
what
Bird.
Magic and Bird
I knew you're
did
gonna
to
go
get
there.
the NBA to a whole nother level. Like talking to my dad and older folks, NBA games used to be tape delayed. It used to be, behind and stuff. So she has taken the WNBA to a whole nother level. Now, I will say this: the WNBA may drop off about another month when football really get going. Like WNBA is cool throughout the summer because there ain't a lot of stuff for people to watch. But
Baseball.
about another month, WNBA we gonna see how Caitlin Clark lines up against college football and the NBA and all that kind of stuff. But ESPN and these networks, they do a good job of marketing, putting them in certain spots. So I don't think the WNBA is in a bad spot. I do think Caitlin Clark is hated. I think that.
I give you one thing that's factually true. What you said, and I'm gonna give you credit for it. I do not like Caitlin.
Yeah, you don't.
I don't. I just
I've never heard you sing praises for Caitlin Clark, and I mean that's
I
the truth.
I don't like her. I don't like the fans because they drive the racism, and she just the reason why I don't like her. Okay, we'll get into we're gonna get to NFL in just a second. Back in the early '90s, Great Recession. Michael Jordan. How do you feel about the recession? I don't know. Republicans need to buy tennis shoes too. Where has she? Where is her stance? Well, how has these are your fans? These are your racist fans because they think the WNBA started because of you.
But see, is it really racism or is she from Iowa? That's all she knows. Or is it maybe classism or socialism or elitism?
Let's say yeah. Let's say yeah. And all that goes back to the first word you said was racism because ma- a dominant majority of wealth is the top 1% are generational wealth from. Give me the answer, Mike. Give me the answer.
Yeah, the
Give
Caucasus Mountains.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. All right. So that's another topic for another day. Horatio probably won't be able to touch that subject because he's our black thought and we like our jobs a lot.
Yeah,
So
yes, sir.
I I'm just I don't like Caitlin Clark. I just don't like her attitude. I don't like the way she walk. I don't like the way she talk. That Kendra Lamar. I just don't like her. There's nothing
Yeah,
wrong with that. Just like folks might not like me. And okay, and you know what I would say? Cool.
yeah.
I'll give you more stuff not to like about me. But if you know anybody that's around me, I'm probably the easiest person to get along with.
I've never heard a person say they ain't like you.
No, I'm just
Never.
saying. I just
But
making a
I
statement.
get what you're saying.
So with that being said, we got a lot of sports to get into. Might run it down for. Go ahead, crank it up,
And
crank it
man,
up.
we are about what is the day? August. What
The
day is August?
12th,
August
August
12th.
12th.
Man, we about 3 weeks away from college football, and every year we look at games we think could play a pivotal role in the national championship picture and playoff picture and that kind of thing. So I circled 15 games this year that that could make an effect on the college football playoff race. I didn't put them in no order, but I just picked 15 games throughout the season that I think could be beneficial. Now, you're gonna always see games on here that eventually wasn't the height what they supposed to live up to be, and you're gonna see games that's not on here that okay. Like for an example, we had a game last year. I think it was two undefeated teams. I want to say it was the Texas Tech and BYU. or Texas Tech and Iowa State. It was two teams in the Big 12 that were undefeated that played a big time game that a year ago when we would have made this list, they wouldn't have been on it. A lot of this is tailored to the Big Ten, SEC, and just the power schools. But it's gonna be some big time games throughout the year. So I start off with Clemson at LSU. They've played in openers before, like in some classics. I think this is gonna be a kind of make or break game for Dabo. Dabo, you somewhat in the hot seat, according to some people. Uh, Lane Kiffin, this is how you open your schedule up with Clemson. Let's see what you do. So that's going to be an interesting game. Ohio State at Texas that next week. Woo! I'm pretty sure, Fade, they're going to probably be a 12 o'clock game. It should be a night game.
This should be an ABC game. This should be
a 7:30 ABC game, primetime game. But if Ohio State playing at Texas, it probably will be 7:30
because it's
going to be on ABC.
It'll be ESPN, but ABC should carry it though.
Yeah. So Ohio State and Texas last year was I think the score 14-7 or something like that. I expect to be a little higher score in this game. Both quarterbacks are back. Could be a preview of college football playoff game or national championship game. These two of the, which we'll get into our poll in another week or so, who we think gonna win it, and got rankings and all that. So I got Ohio State and Texas, Oklahoma and Michigan. Bryce Underwood, what you gonna do this year now? What are you gonna do? Can Bryce Underwood turn it around for the Wolverines? Oklahoma come to Michigan, 110,000. Let's see what they do. In that same night, and I'm telling you, I ain't a fan of neither one of these teams. I'm a college football fan. I'm a Georgia Bulldog fan.
Stand by. That's a 7:30 game on ABC.
Ohio State and Texas?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's big time now.
September 12th.
That is big time football there. I'm pretty sure this one's going to be there too, Fade. The next week, LSU at Ole Miss. Talk about that one, Fade. What you think? Yeah, I heard you. What you think that was going to be, boy?
Let me do my Rick Ross.
Boy. Man. What kind of reception do you think this man going to get when he come back there?
Excuse my language. They better boo the shit out of him.
Man, what you talking about?
And guess what? Guess what game that is? Look at the screen. Look at that.
It'll be a night game.
7:30 p.m.
Fave, I'm willing to bet right now, and we sure can revisit this. I'm willing to bet you College Game Day will be in Oxford, Mississippi that week.
Yeah. I'm willing to bet not just Saturday, the week.
I'm willing to bet that. They are not gonna miss that one.
I'll bet your check that they will be there the whole week.
Bet it. I guarantee you that. We continue to go through September. LSU again. LSU opened up their first month with 3 tough games. Texas A&M coming to Baton Rouge. That's probably gonna be a night game. I'm assuming on 3:30.
They could be 1-3 at the end of September.
Yep. Or they could be undefeated. So we sure will see. Games in October. The Red River Shootout, when we talk about rivalries in college football, where does Fade rank the Red River Shootout as far as rivalries?
It's all right. It ain't Michigan, Ohio State, Auburn, Alabama, Florida State.
Well, dang, Fade, what is it, Danny?
Georgia, Florida. It ain't what it used to be. Let's just put like that. I wouldn't rank it at the top 5. Just like USC and UCLA, that rivalry used to be must-see TV. Now it's just why. That's all it is.
Why. You got to put Texas and Oklahoma in the top 5, dog, as far as rivalries.
I gave you 5 before I even got to them.
Oh, come on, Fade. Now, ain't no way in the world you're going to not put Texas. You might well put Army and Navy over Texas and Oklahoma.
Yeah, I forgot about them.
Come on, right. Man. Don't start tripping, man.
You're right.
Don't start.
You're right. I put Fort Valley Albany above that one.
That's a heated rivalry too.
Yeah.
I mean, and let me just speak on that. Fort Valley Albany State, as far as the totality of HBCU football, is one of the most underrated rivalries out there in HBCU. Everybody talk about Howard Hampton or Grambling and Southern or FAMU and Bethune Cookman, Alabama
Mm-hmm.
A&M, Alabama State. Man, I'm telling y'all, Fort Valley State and Albany State is a heated rivalry. It is the equivalent of Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Auburn. So I just want to speak that out there real quick. That is a super heated rivalry. And people it's kind of underrated because really because they D2 schools. That's really what it's about. But Folk Valley, Albany State, that's a heated rivalry. But look, I digress. On October 10th, and I guarantee you, this gonna be another 7:30 night game. Georgia at Alabama. Mm. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
Kirby, you got to win.
Something.
You got to win over Alabama in neutral site games at the Dome and in the national championship game. But can you win in Alabama? You've yet to win in Alabama. I promise you that's going to be a 7:30 night game.
What's the date on that one?
October 10th.
October 10th. Let's pull it up. It's got to be. No, it hasn't been announced yet, so we got some time. But it's probably gonna be a
You,
7:30 game.
you know good and well that's going to be a 7:30 game.
If they know what's good for them, it would be a 7:30 game.
Um, the next week, kind of curious to see this one, man, in a way. Ohio State goes to Bloomington, Indiana
Mm.
to play the national champs, Indiana Hoosiers.
My Rick Ross.
I'm wondering that was a good Big Ten championship game. I wonder how good a game that's going to be on that same day. A sneaky good game, and I'm gonna get into this one a little bit later
Oh,
on.
I got another sneaky game for you. Looking at the schedule now. Just put a little pin on that. Just put a little sticky note on the game.
What,
Missouri Ole Miss.
what you got?
Missouri Ole Miss.
Why you got that one?
I don't know. It's just sneaky. It's just
Good.
a gut feeling.
It could. That's on October 17th.
Yeah.
Then you got Ohio State, Indiana, Notre Dame at BYU. I think
That's a good one too.
Notre Dame at BYU. Y'all remember that game now?
Catholics versus the Mormons.
Y'all remember that game? Notre Dame at BYU. And remember this game right here. Texas A&M at Alabama on October 24th.
If Alabama lose a game, you got to fire Kalen DeBoer.
But we got to see what they're gonna do before that too now.
Yeah, because they play Florida State at week 3.
So Texas A&M, Alabama, that rounds out October. Now November the 7th, y'all, is a day in college football that, man, we ain't going to no stove. We ain't doing this. We are at home. And there's a laundry list of great games potential in that day. But I'm going to roll out 2 of them. Y'all remember this Miami at Notre Dame game? There's a good possibility November the 7th, Miami and Notre Dame will both be undefeated at that point. That is a great possibility because of their schedules. Miami and Notre Dame. And let me tell you something about that game. It's going to be cold up there. Maybe snowing. But I know on November the 7th, Miami and Notre Dame, it's going to be cold. That's going to be interesting. On that same day, Georgia goes to Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Woo, woo. Boy, just give me the chill thinking about that Saturday. Georgia goes to Ole Miss. That could be a Saturday night game.
A&M South Carolina.
Ooh.
Kind of interesting. Oklahoma, Florida.
Yeah, that's an interesting one too. So is.
Michigan State. Oregon, Ohio State.
All on the same day?
Yes.
Good gracious. Man. Speaking of Oregon, I got the next week Michigan goes to Oregon and play Oregon. And then to round out November, Texas A&M the day before Thanksgiving. I mean the day after Thanksgiving, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course, the best rivalry in college football, Alabama, Auburn, Michigan, Ohio State. I didn't put Alabama, Auburn on here, but Michigan and Ohio State is the best rivalry in college football. Those are 15 potential games that could make or break the college football season. The game that I'm interested the most in here is actually September 19th, LSU at Ole Miss, and then Miami at Notre Dame. Them two games right there. I'm curious to see how they treat Lane going back in there.
You know, dude, they're gonna buy every egg in Oxford, every tomato, every plum, every Rainier cherry. They're gonna make a fruit salad and throw it at them.
Yeah. Lane gonna catch some. But maybe he might be all right though, Fade, because the assistant came in there, Pete Golden, and they went to the semifinal without Lane.
Yeah,
They
but
might
still,
not. They
though,
might not be as bad.
let me ask you: would you have let Lane go ahead and coach them?
Um, I think I would have. I would let Lane coach because if Lane coaching them, Ole Miss might beat Miami, and Ole Miss might been playing for the national title.
I'm having a hard time thinking about. I mean, I think I would let him coach.
Yeah, you let him coach. You got a shot. Possibly, you may win that thing.
But not taking anything away from the guy that took over from, because he did a hell of a job. He did a hell of a job. He did a hell of a job. And I think if they're I think Trinidad Chambers just got off to a little bit slow start in the first half. Remember that game.
Against Miami, yep.
Yeah, I think he just got off to a little slow start. He didn't turn the ball over, but I think he was rushed a lot with that front. I I, I think if Ole Miss had some semblance of a running game and consistently through the whole game, they would have went to the championship game, and I would have put some money up on Ole Miss.
Yeah, I'd have bet Ole Miss over Indiana.
Yeah. Now, before we get to the NFL, I don't know if you caught these thoughts from Dan Orlovsky back in March or April, where he said that Ty Simpkins was a better pro prospect than Mendoza.
Mm. Mm.
Based on what he saw on tape, not hot tape. He saw tape where he had a great year, but he was a one read quarterback, short bubble routes. Mike has a nice outside off the shoulder throw on the sideline. But Ty Simpkins can go down the line with all of the whole field, can hit all throws, ran a pro style offense, that type
I
of thing.
guess I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see on that. Now with that being said, let's go ahead and slide on to the NFL. Let's slide in the NFL DMs. Uh, we are doing our conference, the division previews. We're gonna start with the AFC South. Um, let's look at the Colts first. They were 8-3 before Daniel Jones went out.
They was a potential top seed.
Mm-hmm. Philip Rivers came back to get that health insurance. He came back right before his 5 years was up. I think I don't know. I can't. I think we talked about it last week.
Yeah, we did.
He came back to get another 5 years of insurance. You got 10 kids, man. You need to.
Yeah, you need to wrap it up.
No, you need to snip it
Yep.
and go somewhere with that.
Quick.
He probably will quit.
Oh man.
My bad, Ocho. My bad, Ocho. My bad, Ocho. For those that are watching, the comments made here on the Four Valley Boys is AI. This is not us. This is
No,
not
it's
me.
not us.
This is AI generated commentary.
It's not
This
us.
is not real. No. But what are your thoughts about the Colts this year with Jacksonville actually having a good year and had a good year? I think Trevor Lawrence has turned the page for the most part.
Daniel Jones out for most of the season, ain't he?
No, he's actually practicing, I thought.
Oh, I thought he didn't he tear his Achilles?
He did back in like November. he was he's been practicing, but let me go to training camp. See, but go ahead, give me your thoughts.
I mean, I think the Colts. I think overall the best squad in the AFC South is Houston. If I had to bet on the division, I would go Houston 1, Colts 2, Jacksonville 3, and the Titans 4. That's how I would rank that division.
Yeah, he's been 11-11 drills. So he's back full off injury. So if Patrick Mahomes could come back after 7 months on two ligaments, ACL and LCL, Achilles. I mean, the technology on the Achilles surgery has been great. For example, Kevin Durant, he took a full year off though, but because it happened in the finals. So I want to see what Tyrese Halliburton looked like, but that's a whole nother conversation for another couple weeks. But so if you had to pick between the the um the Texans and the Jaguars, which one of those teams you would trust more to make it to the Super Bowl?
Woo! Got to always depend on defense. I'm going with the Texans. That's who I'm rocking with as far as it come down like. I got the Texans. Will Anderson and company. I'm rocking with them. Stingley going with the Texans.
If they would stop trading away CJ Stroud's offensive line and firing offensive coordinators every year, that is your answer right there. Keep in mind, also CJ Stroud missed 3 games last year, I think, with a concussion. He didn't have Nico Collins in the playoff game against the Patriots. Tank Dell was out since 2024. I mean, he shredded his knee. He shredded his knee like some Parmesan cheese on the grater. That's how bad his knee was. He tore like 3 or 4 ligaments in his knee. He should be back this year. Um, One receiver I was rooting for, they traded John Michie. They should have traded him because they needed some depth. That's somebody I think they should have re-signed Stephon Diggs. They should have tried to re-sign Stephon Diggs, or you should have went off the Romeo Dobbs in free agency. You need another weapon, but you got an offensive coordinator that's you got. I think he's on his third offensive coordinator. I think,
Yeah.
but we will see. Um, Texans. That's my thoughts on the Texans. Now Jaguars. Travis Hunter missed like 9-10 games last year. Um, he's going to be primarily on defense and play some packages on offense, probably a slot receiver, which is what they should have did last year. You and at the same time, you shouldn't have wasted that draft capital on him. He was gonna, I want to waste it on him. I mean, we're gonna see, but I think injuries. I think cornerback. Then treat him like Dion when Dion was with the Cowboys. Start him have him on defense, put him on third down situations, some special packages, keep it simple. The Tennessee Titans, we'll see. I mean, you got Brian Daboll as your coach, and then the Colts. This is a make or break year. Um, Shane Steichen gonna be fired. Chris Ballard gonna be fired. So just go ahead and clean house.
Yep.
So just go ahead and clean house. With that being said, that's the AFC South, I believe.
Yeah.
Now we need to go to the NFC South. This was the most underwhelming division in football.
I think Carolina won the division at 89.
89. I think it was the 3-way tie for 89 too, and Carolina won tiebreaker.
Yeah, it was Carolina, Tampa Bay, and Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
So
So, what are your thoughts on those teams? I mean, Baker Mayfield's on the contract squabble with them. The Falcons, they have a new coach, 2 left-handed quarterbacks. Saints are sneaky good, or sneaky competitive. Let me rephrase that. I'm sorry, sneaky competitive. And then Carolina, I think they had a major injury. I think the guy was on defense tore his knee up. Give me your thoughts on that conference, on the division. Excuse me.
it's still gonna be the weakest division out there, Fave. I think the best quarterback in that division is Baker, then Bryce Young, but when you think of that division, it ain't really a division for, got a lot of stars. You got Bijan and Baker, but it ain't a lot of weapons for these teams right here. I think we are looking at another 9-8, 8-9 play on Sunday night football for the division title. I think that's where we headed with this division again. Nobody's gonna run away from nobody in that division. So that's what I think.
I think this year somebody's going to win the division with a winning record. Um, the Falcons. You got Tua and Penix. You got one has head injury. You got other one with knee injuries. So that's going to be a flip of a coin. So Lamar Jackson get ready to be a Falcon in 2027. That's my hot take. You can book it today on the August the 12th, 2026. Lamar Jackson will be traded to the Falcons. You can book that. Mm, I can see a path where the Saints could probably win the division. I can also see a path where the Saints will implode.
They just don't have enough talent yet down there in New Orleans.
But they building. Tyler Shuck I like Tyler Shuck. He's solid.
I think he's gonna be able to move up the charts for the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
But they just gave Chris Olave a new contract about 2 weeks ago, so they're on the rise. Saints will be on the rise.
Yeah,
but I think the division gonna come down to Carolina and Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I think if Tampa Bay's injuries when it hit them in the middle of the season, I think Baker was also hurt, which is why they drop off from the first third of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I think if Tampa Bay can stay healthy, but the problem is though Baker lost Mike Evans to San Francisco.
Yep.
So, and that shot me right there. I'm like, you let this guy leave. So
we'll see what they got. Chris Godwin back right for Tampa Bay. Ain't
he? He came back middle of last season. And you got Ibuka.
Oh yeah, Mika Ibuka, yeah.
So you got something to work with there. So we'll see. Carolina, I'm gonna bet on Carolina. They'll probably go 9-8, 10-7, win the division. I think Tampa Bay's gonna go ahead and give Lovie Smith his walking papers. I just don't see how, but I mean he's been consistent. He's won the division a couple years, won a playoff game, but that your defensive guy, your defense has not been what it should.
Yeah, what it should be. Yep. Good show tonight, man.
Oh, that was quick. This would be a school night episode.
School in the morning.
Escuela en el día. Escuela en el día.
Good show.
So, Jelly Get Show. So, hopefully next week we'll have some more people on the show. Maybe Horatio will be back off vacation or whatever, or maybe Anatole might actually show up to the show. We'll see. Maybe Smart need to pop on the show.
Yeah, we'll talk. I'll talk to him.
Somebody we need some folks. I mean, even though he went to Savannah State, that's fine. If he went to Albany, he definitely could come on the show.
Oh yeah, hell no. Yeah, I talked to him.
We'll see how that work out. But we want to thank y'all for watching. Check us out on YouTube. We're trying to get to 1,000 followers so we can start making some money. And we need some folks that want to work for free that could create some video content. I'm too tired to work on stuff, so I need somebody to do it for me because I'm tired. So
find us some intern, but we out of here.
Yeah, we out. We'll see you next week.